It has nothing to do with
Wait.
What it is,
Ron, that's why I asked what I asked.
what is it's an open dialogue. He just had a statement. I want to get Jay Prince real quick.
Oh, okay. Do women have without their coochie? Would I still value women? Do women still are valued? Absolutely. Like to me, the men that would say that even see a lot of times when I hear men speak about it, would say the opposite. They speak more out of anger than what was reality. The reality is you got female family members who you will never fuck and you love dearly. In fact, you love them way more than the men in your family. That's one. Two, a lot of men see more. The problem is what we have is more men see more value in other men because typically a man not his sexual body parts not supposed to be attracted to you neither, but yet you can value that man, right? And thirdly, like a woman gonna have your back when a man fold on you. I would trust a woman. I would trust a woman over a man hands down. And the other type of stuff that women bring, see, it's I think it's unfortunate for a lot of us that a lot of us don't wasn't ever taught what women really bring. I would say when you think about spirituality, I would say man is the mind of the God of has the God of logic, and women is the God of heart. The woman brings that energy to your house. You always tell a man don't have no woman in his house if you go to his house because it's gonna be feeling dead. It don't feel like a home. It's just a house. A woman energy comes in and she a woman gonna love you unconditionally. When your daddy say fuck you, a woman gonna forgive you when all the niggas say fuck you. A woman is the ones gonna care for you, nurture you, feminine, especially a healthy woman, a feminine woman. When other niggas say, "Well, you messed me over one time, I'm done with you." I mean, when you think about these platforms, all of us have said some most egregious shit about women. And most of us got the majority of support from women. I know I done said a plenty shit out of anger and frustration.
Jay Prince, may I add some context to what you're saying?
Come on now, everybody got their chance to speak. Don't. That was my bad.
Go ahead, Jay Prince. You good? Go.
Women still be supporters. Had those would have been men would have said, man, F this nigga. He said some stuff I don't like, so I ain't finna deal with him. A woman gonna hold you down. How many times y'all done said something foul and bogus to a woman and she still supporting you, financially showing up, all that, where a man gonna say, man, fuck you. So when you try to dumb down a woman to her vagina, to me, I would question the sexuality of that man. To me, if you only view a woman based on her coochie, shit, you and then these are the same men that you see interacting with men more. You see these same type of men interacting with other men way more differently than they do women. They push off hatred towards women and push off nothing but love towards men. So in my mind, I think you're gay. The problem is it's a lot of closeted men.
Okay.
How you able to see a lot of value in men that you're not supposed to be attracted to your sexual
Go ahead,
body
wrap
part?
it.
But okay, I'm from the rapid. How you are able to see more value in other men and you not his sexual organs supposed to be been in that can, but yet you can still find value in other men. But now you want to sit up here and talk about a woman without her coochie, she don't have no value. Nigga, you is gay.
Shit.
Oh, wait, that question was for who?
He was making a statement.
Man, I'm not being specific.
He's saying about the men who say they only see that
man
value
over a woman because you have better relations. A lot of these men have better relationships with other men than women. I would say that you're gay.
You know, it's funny. These men went on a campaign saying that. Thank you, Reaper. Women are healers. They heal men with their vagina.
Hold on, Fatty, because I want to make sure everybody gets in. You heard what Jay Prince said. Now, Beans wanted to chime in. Beans, it may have switched based on what Jay Prince just said, but I know you try to get in real quick, Beans. Is it still pertain at this juncture? You're on mute.
You're on mute, Beans. Well, mine's dead real quick, man. Mine's just super quick. So a few days ago, when just to add to what we're talking about, when I was arrested, before I was even put in the squad car, one of the Simp Nation lady was already at my house, ready to pick up my daughter. You get what I'm saying? So again, we can sit up here and say, well, women have no value. She pulled up, she had MJ on the phone, right? My sister's on the phone with her too. Because I made it that way. I made it the way that the people around me, they know my family, they know where they can find me in my city. So again, before they even had me in the back of the squad car, you can ask MJ, she in the chat, Jen in the chat now. She pulled up to my crib where I lay my head at, where my daughter was at. Brought her clothes, brought her whatever she needed, and said, hey, until this situation clear up, we got you. You get what I'm saying? So again, some of these men may not have women around like that are actually beneficial to them. But I don't need to have sex with a woman or even sexualize her in order to get the benefits from her. And again, the simp angels, they represent that. I can see my time.
Cheeky, I want to get your opinion real quick, Cheeky, on what Daryl kind of doubled down on it, but specifically what JP said about the benefits of having a woman and how they're less likely to turn their back on you when shit hits the fan, as opposed to having a brother next to you.
I don't know if I can agree to that because a lot of the situations where I may need some backup, I'm thinking about calling the homie before I'm calling the girl because the situation will require some type of strength physically and mentally. So when it comes to stuff like that, if I'm in trouble, I'm calling a man. Like,
what about mental type of trouble? Like when you have to deal with like life, not just somebody just trying to, you gotta go fight.
I'm calling the man.
We deal with in life.
Well, JP, you're not asking a question. You're trying to give more commentary. Let Cheeky finish his statement.
Okay.
I'm calling the man for that as well. Like there's relatability when it comes to mental health or perspective on worldview matters a lot because if we can't connect on that level, then how can you help? Like we have these issues on the panel all the time where men see things one way and women see it another, and the women are like, "Well, I don't understand why you don't see it like this," and we're trying to figure out why you don't see it this way. So in regards to personal help and mental help or any aid that's personalized to me, I'm going to look for a man. Now, maybe with emotional things, right? I may go to a woman because they seem to be a little more in tune or more expressive and seem to know how to decipher that, right? Because their practice, the society allows them to venture and discover those kind of things, while men tend to have to either suppress it or not even address it at all. So, maybe in that aspect, I would go to a woman. But when it comes to mental, physical, I got to talk to a man because who else knows what it's like to be a man but a man?
I got one question, Cheeky. But like when people know, when your circle know what you've been through, who usually take the initiative? Male, men, or women?
When people
in your life, when there's an understanding,
it's my guys. When my guys know what's going on, they like, bro, are you straight? My guys are the ones that check in and be like, bro, you good? And that bro, you good is simple,
right?
But when you really the homie, we all know, bro, you good means if you not, let's talk. But if you is, you is, and it's real simple. It's not no, hey, well, how's your day? It's just, bro, you good, and we looking at each other like we know what's up.
Like unspoken understanding, right? Amongst
like and that in and of itself makes being vulnerable a lot easier because it's not an addition. It's simple and it's like, bro, so you already know what's going on. Yeah. With women, when it comes to vulnerability, the details that you got to give sometimes and the explanation that you give makes it awkward because it's like I feel uncomfortable being vulnerable as it is. And now I got to explain what's happening. Bro, you good. It's such a simple, I can just get into it.
Yeah.
I don't got to worry about all of that.
All right, let's do this. Fatty, give your comment. Let JP address what was said in terms of his understanding. Then I want to get Aaron to answer the original question.
So I just want to say that all these men on the bottom, not named Beans, complain about men being arm dogs. They just want to eat. They just want to fuck. They are baby daddies. They just want to deal with the woman and use her for sex and leave. dick discipline. They preach this shit. They are bandits. Like all these conversation, right? And all of a sudden, men don't want women for just for sex. Men like value that. No, you stay over there. You say you guys preach time and time again, over and over again, that men just want women for one thing multiple times, use them, abuse them, and all that. So just stay over there. Yes, most men want women to fuck. If you take the possibility of vagina and sex, they are not going to engage. And especially these men, J Prince, been preaching for a year about women being healers. They use their vagina as healing. He sold that shit for months, and now all of a sudden, no, women are more valuable than that. Come on, man. We have to stick to the point. We have to make sure that we
And
stay. If you choose a side, we stay on that side. Don't flip flop now. They are in front of everybody.
Just
Go
got
ahead, Jay.
smoked in a debate with me
Okay,
about dick discipline. Now all of a sudden I promote it.
Go ahead, Jay
Okay.
Prince.
Saying dumb
okay.
shit.
To address that part, when I say women are healers, that was one aspect because that's the focal point, right? When I say the touch of a woman, like we all got mamas, right, or have mamas, and if you had loving mamas, the nurturing feeling that you get from your mama opposed to your dad can't give you that certain feeling that can heal you just by her presence alone. A
There's not
healthy
that.
woman, come on, man, I did not interrupt you.
Go
It's
ahead.
not
Jay
Uh,
Prince.
that you are lying.
Don't get derailed from it. Go ahead. Keep say what you're saying.
a healthy woman, again, your healthy woman has a lot of value. Where a lot of men, even though your brothers and them, your guys and them, don't get me wrong, you got that love for your guys and them, but when you going through something, especially emotionally, without that nurturing from a woman, you don't have much. And to Kiki point, when you say you are vulnerable to men and open up physically with men, I would say, boy, if you was in prison, opening up to men, they'd be climbing up in your body, your BM. So my thing is the value of what women brings naturally. It's a purpose. Women has a purpose on this planet, and it wasn't just to be just fucking. And don't get me wrong, I like to fuck, and yes, I have said some egregious shit about women out of anger. But if I'm talking realistically, if I don't want to be on a planet full of niggas, it ain't no fun. Your party is lame without no females. Even if you don't have, even if it's not no fucking on the table, if you bring it around, if you have a party right now without no fucking and there's nothing but niggas there, I'm not gonna be there.
JP, one point of contention I have is you've said this and I agreed. People that tell you the truth, drunk people and angry people.
Yeah,
So if you said it in a fit of anger, right? And I think kids tell the truth like a motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But if you said it in a fit of anger, is that how you actually feel?
see, how can I put this?
Sure.
I was reacting. My anger comes from reacting to, and it's valid, an unhealthy woman,
Okay.
right? A woman that's unhealthy. And of course, just cause you get mad at your kids. I mean, saying that women don't have no vagina, that's like looking at your daughters and saying they don't have no value. That's like looking at your sisters and saying they don't have no value. No, like there's men that will ride for the females in their family and die for them way quicker than they will any of their male family members. So
So
just because I speak anger out of certain behaviors or certain experiences that I have had with women from an unhealthy woman in that point in time, that don't mean that I discredit. I don't fuck with women.
Okay.
No, hell
I
no.
understand what
I
you're
know
saying.
what women bring. That's what
Cool.
makes me upset because I understand what the value that women bring. So when I see them,
Yeah.
when they're not giving me what I expected, the love, the nurturing, the femininity, the energies, these
All right.
energies that women bring is
All
is
right.
is
I
very
got
magnitude.
I got one last clarifying question. It'll be a yes or no. You think minority of the majority of women are, I forget the word you
before
use, good or healed?
I think the time that we're living in, majority of them is unhealthy right now, but it can get fixed.
Oh, that's what you said. Unhealthy. My fault. G, go ahead, Cheeky, and then we'll get Aaron. And Aaron, you don't mind if Cheeky just make a quick comment, do you? Go ahead.
Yeah. I because I wasn't able to answer the do women if they didn't have a vagina,
Sure.
right? But I found value in women, and y'all know my situation or whatever, right? So as a person who's living a life of finding value in women without having sex, I know for as an individual I can say that, and I think that women do offer a lot of value to men's lives, in regards to just being a friend. Um, and if they didn't have a vagina, I would value them still because I've learned how to appreciate them as human beings. Um, and being able to do that, like currently, makes this question for me very simple because I'm already doing it. Now, to answer the general question, do I think most men can do that? Absolutely not, because most men from the very beginning, from their adolescence, have already fallen into the trap of liking vagina because they've already experienced it. The moment you have sex and you're doing it at an early age and you don't know how to fully comprehend the value of human beings because you're still trying to figure yourself out,
That's facts.
then I can see a man having a hard time being like, bro, if she don't got a vagina, what's she good for? Because that's kind of how most men kind of experience women in the beginning. We don't know much about them. We just know we like how they look. Got a lot of hormones going on. I'm young. I'm ready, and this is what you're good for right now. And then the older men get, I think that's when they go, oh no, women have more value outside of that. But early on, I don't think so. I don't think men know that.
Okay.
Can I
Holly, what's
challenge
up?
that real fast? I want to challenge that real fast.
If Aaron doesn't mind, but I know Aaron been waiting.
Aaron doesn't mind. The first part, so are you committing to the fact that you would make the same decision they make? You pick a woman that does everything for you that you can't have sex with versus a woman who doesn't she doesn't do nothing detrimental to you, but she doesn't do nothing for you but have sex. You would still go with that answer?
Pick a woman that does everything for me, but I can't have sex with her.
Yes. Versus a woman who you can have sex with. She doesn't do anything to you, but she also doesn't do anything detrimental to you as well too.
No, I would pick the one that does everything, like is a complete asset without sex, because I've been in a relationship like that already, and I mean, you know how my life goes right now. So
so I would ask all the men on the panel, if all women were bad, would you cease to have sex with women? Would you cease to connect with a woman?
Absolutely not. Because pussy has value, a tremendous amount of it.
I fell in love with a woman that never gave me no sex. Right? It was a chemistry.
No, I'm just asking the question that I asked. That's not the question that I asked. I'm asking all.
What he asked. That's a good question.
If all the women were bad, would you have sex with them, or you would leave them alone?
You said if all the women went bad.
Yes.
As far as like, what do you mean? Clarify what you mean.
Unhealthy would be
not good. They're terrible.
Let me clarify. So, JP, for your stance, when you said unhealthy, if all the women were unhealthy, would you still have sex with them?
Yeah, that's the time we living in now. And then yes, we have to deal with the consequences behind it. However, that still don't take away. I know we try to come around and give these little points.
No, you don't have to add context.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to kind of answer it because I want to it answering it how you answer it is the answer in itself. The context is slightly unnecessary because the premise is, if they're bad, would you still fuck them? And that when we say that says how much we value vagina.
Exactly.
Yes,
it does.
Yes.
So, not necessarily though.
It does.
You go to the next
only person. Well, hold on. Again, you got to think about what he asked. If the quality of the woman is absolutely destitute,
if all of them are bad, if all of them are bad,
all of them have everything is terrible about them. Would you stop having sex?
Yes, nigga, he said that. Yes.
All right, so
but this why I say not necessarily.
Hold on. All right, Aaron been nice to everybody. Aaron, just bring it back full circle. What you think about the question scrolling? But that was interesting.
I think honestly we need more parameters around the question, because I see we jump from if you was in a relationship to my mom, my auntie, and all these different.
The original question. Oh, okay, sorry. So yeah, this would women that you would be dating. So when JP brought in the relatives, it didn't really pertain. But a woman that you were dating and you had access to in that way sexually, that's who would qualify for you answering the question.
Yeah, so I think somebody said, I think the large majority of men that wouldn't work. You have to be sleeping with them for sure. Like it has to be the thing. But women have the part that I'm looking at is current society, right? I think we'd have to be re-socialized to have had an experience prior to the experience we already have with women. So now we already know what it's like. So we can't like take the matrix pill and go, I'm used to this other thing as well. So there's no way of replacing that. So if the women still have their body parts and you can go to the store and get one, the men would still prefer the woman that instead of going to the store. So that's priority, right? Now, that's the value that they have to you. Still can sleep with them from what it sounds like to me, but is there a value outside of that? Is that where the question is? Because it says
Yeah.
because it puts you can't. That's why I said
Yeah. So yeah, the value outside of it, does it trump the value of sex?
Dang. In current society, absolutely, to a small group of men.
So no.
So no, like the large majority of men do not value women in a sense of enough for that to mean so. Yes, but the small group of men who really understand the value of women, yes, they have enormous amount of value.
Oh, okay.
Not sleeping with them.
Can I respond to that right quick?
Well, I
Aaron,
kind of
hold on,
want to get Beans, Daryl, or Sharon to get a response. To
Yeah,
that.
but Aaron,
Yes, sir.
let's say I concede to that. Is that because that's how men view women, or is that because that's what the majority of women offer?
Both.
That's a good question.
Of course it is. I asked it.
That is primarily how men view women.
You ain't shit.
Most men are not intelligent enough to properly identify the value that they need in women and then have that be actionable. Most of the thing that they value is, like y'all said, sleeping with women first. And then it's like, I deal with her for this. And yes, she clean and all that kind of stuff. So it takes a certain type of man to be able to identify that kind of value. But they still have it.
Are the majority of women hypergamous in your estimation? Checkmate.
To answer your question, are the majority of women hypergamous, meaning that they want the best possible guy that they can get?
Checkmate.
Yes. But I think
checkmate.
I don't know if that's a checkmate.
It is, because that's what I'm saying. You want men to ask for something that they don't know exists. You want men to value something that they don't know exists, something that they don't see on a regular basis, which is women providing.
No.
Okay.
A man can see a woman and go, wow, she is enormously valuable, but realize the woman that he can get ain't that. So they can see it exists, but they don't have the capabilities of extracting that from women in a general sense.
But
what you're arguing?
Hold on, Fatty.
Most women don't have.
Hold on, Fatty. Hold on.
So wait. But respectfully,
one more back and forth, then we'll get Sharon.
No. I can see because Fatty is about to go exactly where I'm about to go. Go ahead, Fatty.
No, is what he said. He said that most women don't have that value. So absolutely not. Doesn't that mean that it's not that men don't see the value? Is that they? So he said for a small percentage of men, they actually going to value that, right? And then he asked, what is it that we don't see value or they don't have no value? I said both. I think Aaron went for men don't see the value. Mm-hmm. The clarifying question is, Aaron, are most women actually bring these things that we want from them other than sex right now, if you had to say?
He said most of y'all men are dumb and y'all cannot see past
Sharon,
even if that's true, that don't answer the question.
That doesn't answer the question, Sharon. Just drop the.
Let's do this. Let Aaron go ahead and answer that question. Then Sharon, you jump in once Aaron quickly. I think Aaron will be concise in answering that question.
Can you repeat the question?
Other than sex, do most women have these things that actually make us bypass the sex and says, you know what, she's a really good woman. I'm going to pick her even though she doesn't make my D card or whatever that shit is. Do you think most women are that woman?
No, women have the capabilities to be that, but they're not necessarily coming to the table saying, "Yo, I want to give all this type of value." In today's society, they're looking primarily to make sure that you can be a certain way, and then they will present their value. But
That's
it
perfect.
exists, though.
Okay.
That's
Sharon?
perfect.
It's not a checkmate.
It is because it applies to your mama too.
Go ahead, Sharon.
So the problem is pretty much what Aaron said, is that the men cannot see those women that do bring value more than a vagina because they are too dumb. They're not smart enough to see the women that have value past their vagina, because most men only see vagina as a superpower.
Not trying to be messy. There are some people on this panel that have beautiful and dutiful wives and then have girlfriends on the side. If a good woman is enough, why would I have second girlfriend, third girlfriend, whatever? It's because of the pussy. One doesn't mean enough. I need more. They cook for them. They give them spinach, cucumber, juice, and all that shit, and they still have women on the side that they fuck. So the reality, the reality is, pussy is king. Because if good deeds and acts of service was enough, you would have only one wife. You didn't have several girlfriends on the side.
When did we establish monogamy being the standard in this conversation?
No, sir, we're not going to have that conversation.
Again, you're making things that doesn't have anything.
If one is enough, if a woman
we made the point.
That's a feminist talking
point. If a woman that does things for me is enough, I don't need extra girlfriend.
Patty, you made the point. You made the point.
Yeah, let me make a quick point, right? I think this conversation can trigger women, but to be fair, right, to where Beans was going, because it's not a checkmate, but I understand your point, is that women don't actually believe that they're bringing value to guys like that, because otherwise they would be encouraging men outside their man to have more female friends, and they don't. They actually discourage. Hey, you don't need no female friends. But hey, wait, women are so valuable and important. What you mean I don't need no female friends? It actually shows you what women think.
Even women think about that shit.
There's a lot of nuance there that you could examine.
That's
and
a
go,
great point.
That's a great point.
I think it's a self-esteem of the men, though.
Just on Sharon real quick. Sharon, did you have anything?
So I think they're using the question as to say that yes, men, we know every man here loves vagina, even the man that didn't get any yet. We love that. That is not the question at hand. If you can have two women, you can have two men, and you love vagina, you love vagina. That is not the fucking question. And you try to move the point and you try to move the conversation to something that we was not talking about. Even if I do have, two women, that does not negate the fact that women have value past their vagina.
That's simple.
Right.
Fucking
A
idiot.
woman is arguing that.
Can you clarify again?
That's what
a woman that you are romantically.
Listen, he's saying that regardless of men stepping out, that doesn't negate the value that the woman has at home. Because he's saying you can still see value in both women, unless you're saying monogamy is the only way that you can see the value.
No, it's not that. I'm making sure we all see value in women other than relationships. I'm talking
Make
about
sure you answer the point, though, not just say what you want to say.
All right, let's do
I'm
this.
asking because you guys are going outside of relationships.
I'm interested in this right here. Daryl, go ahead and say your piece. Maybe if you align with Sharon, that'll maybe clarify for Fatty. Go ahead.
So for me, again, like I grew up watching other content creators in this space, right? One of the fellow Detroiter content creators, his name is Anton. We all know he's been married for 20 years, but from my recollection, he has a woman on the panel. Her name is Island Girl Q. She basically fills in as his second in command.
Daryl, let's chill with the names and all that.
Yeah, my bad. Because I'm not being messy. My point is, with her being able to control the panel, her being able to bring different value to the panel without him ever laying hands on her, without him ever having sex with her, shows that women, that's just one example, right? So I took that right hand and I said, I'm going to have 5 different women do the same thing where I don't gotta have sex with them, but they still can help me with my channel. They bring different conversations to the channel. So I saw him do that and I say, well, damn, sexuality is one thing, right? She does bring sexuality. She's beautiful, right? But the thing about the vagina and sexuality is different. Somebody can be exuding sexuality and help me out, like gently. Genesis, all of them ladies on my panel are beautiful. They exude sexuality. Yet their vaginas don't have no value to me, right? Their opinion does. So again, I saw that relationship between Brother Anton and the young lady, and I basically copied it because I saw this was a man who admittedly on his own platform said this person brings value and I never had sex with them. I'm a married, faithful man.
So
Right? I can see my time.
let me ask a question real quick, Daryl. But
Yes,
the
sir.
men that are watching, do you agree that they're tying her attractiveness and sexuality in hopes that maybe they could have access to her in that way, which still includes her vagina? Just asking. You see,
The
because this
audience,
I'm saying, how audience, you know what I'm saying?
yes, for the audience, absolutely. But like the audience isn't the man who brought her there, right? The man who brought her there did not have sex with her to exude that sexuality that you're talking about. He didn't need to slay with her. And hold on, I got you guys. I'm going to concede in a second, Beans. But he didn't need to have sex with her to get that result, Hamp, that you just alluded to. He needed only to make a good business friendship with her, and then she brought that sexuality herself, and then the audience saw what she brought. He did not need to lay down with her or even sexualize her in a way that her vagina would even be a topic of the conversation. I can see
Okay.
my time.
Wait,
Let's do
Fatty,
this.
let me say it.
Let's
Let
do
me
this.
say it because if you say
Wait,
it, it won't come off right.
Beans. Let's do this. Let's go Beans, Ali, Fatty. All right.
I don't know if we. I think we're gonna say the same thing, Fatty. But that's why I said let me say it because if you say it, it's gonna sound like you repeating yourself, right? But to Daryl Long's point, right? Why not get? Damn, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I was about to say a name.
One name, one fat
I was
name.
about to. No, I'm not gonna do that. I was about to say a name, but I'm not. But why not get the ugly, masculine, burly chick to play that role if that's what it's really about, right? If it's really about the intangible that she brings to the table, then why not get the less attractive, tattoo across the chest, 4-5 kids in the background making noise chick to play that role, right? I'm saying at some point, you're still eating off of her sexuality.
Yes.
It might not necessarily be her vagina, but what you're still making use of is her sexuality, is her femininity, the thing that that makes her attractive, right?
Do we not understand that's turning the situation to a different conversation?
No,
Y'all
it's
turned into
It might
y'all,
be.
I don't care.
It's not.
Well,
Hey, listen. So I'll organize it if I need to, but it's actually still providing a level of clarity, right? Because the question will start one place, but we haven't totally derailed. We on the track. So go ahead, Bean.
I just add the
We
question
had
at the
this
bottom. Hamp,
conversation
that says,
earlier, right?
the question at the bottom
Sharon,
says, is
Ali.
vagina. So at the very bottom it says, if vagina was put in a can, exact. So I just saying that men
Yeah.
who never had this woman vagina still value, like it's still value in her.
So Daryl, absolutely,
That's all I'm saying.
your point is there's no way to undermine your point, right? But I'm saying the example that you used is problematic, right? And the reason why I'm highlighting that. But Ali, Sharon, and myself had this conversation earlier, right? Most people who know Sherelle is my op, but I respect her mind. To me, she is the smartest, most logical, most objective, most introspective, most rational, reasonable woman I've ever met in my life. I give her that over my own mother. I don't even think it's a close second. It's her, and then everybody else is 10 under. She's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I've never even thought about her in a sexual way at all, ever. Right? But the whole thing is that no other woman is providing what she's providing. That's the point. They're not able to have that sort of conversation with you. They're not able to forego feminism, forego womanism, forego misandry, and the hating of men and all this other stuff. They ain't able to do that and just have the rational, reasonable conversation with you. They aren't providing that. So the conversation that we having right now can't be limited to content creators. It has to be about the majority of men, if you just want to say the US, but the world at large. And I'm saying you can't pay me to believe that 51% or more of the men at large have women who bring something provisionally that is more substantial than their sexuality. I can't see it. I've been around for a lot of moons, and I can't name a woman outside of my auntie who really I know for a fact brought something to her man that the sex didn't even really matter.
Beans, can I give you another example?
Absolutely, please do.
Yes, sir. When I worked with Prince Stella on the Queen Maker, never had sex with her. Was by far the most valuable product and most valuable partner I've ever had on YouTube. Easily. Right? So again, the value that she brought, the mentorship that she brought, the relationships that she brought, the books that she suggested, the information that she brought.
Right.
All of it had nothing to do with her sexuality. But to this day, the ladies, whether it's Sophia, whether it's Jalen, the ones that genuinely throw thousands of dollars at me, they came directly from her camp. You get what I'm saying? Never had sex with anyone.
So respectfully, on a micro level, I will concede to that.
Yes, sir.
I will concede to that. But on the macro level, you can't substantiate that, right? Because even those women you're naming right now are misandrous at best.
I can see to your point.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. On a macro level, we just have to accept that, yes, they tied into you because of what you represent. So if you say that it's based on the man, I won't argue with you on that. I'll let you have that. But on a macro level, that's very difficult for you to substantiate.